Hey, what's going on, team? Good to see you all. Happy Monday. Happy Monday and start to quarter four. Hope everyone is feeling good this morning. Should we go to this one? All right, let's go ahead and start with Russ. What is going on, my friend?
Send more water because I'm on fire.
Wow. Yeah, fill me in. What's going on?
I have to re-enter my uh, password here quickly because I've been kicked out.
Which one?
I'm getting. I just had to get back to my script. I have um, toned down my relevant openers a little bit to soften them up.
Okay.
So I wanted to try one on you, and then in a role play, and then I have a question about softening up an email to a general manager because the restaurant staff is being unresponsive.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Um, so here is a relevant opener for a venue that discontinued live music. And I had an actual cold walk-in last week on my way to my gig,
Okay.
where a venue did have live music, which I didn't know about, and they canceled it, and I got a real live objection thing here. So hopefully this will be soft. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hey Joe, it's just Russ Nolan. I'm calling in between meetings here, and I wonder if you can help me out for a minute.
Sure. What's going on?
As we rapidly approach the holidays, there's been a few hotels lately that have shared with us that they're reconsidering live music, mainly just to keep their property from feeling, well, uh, maybe just as a place to sleep and give their guests a more memorable experience that could possibly inspire repeat business. Would you be opposed to looking at how you could bring even a better experience for your guests based on what has worked for other properties?
How do you mean?
Well, and to be clear, I'm not sure I can help yet. However, do you know how some properties struggle to track their entertainment's impact on revenue? Or maybe they just don't have the time to research, book, and even promote live music to their guests in the first place. Well,
Okay.
this is where I come in. Just out of curiosity, what has worked or what has not worked for you in the past with live music? Has your
Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't have time to jump into that all right now. Could you like just give me your card, shoot me an email or something, or
Sure, I can do that absolutely. And what would be helpful on this topic that would help your business?
well, like which topic?
Oh, well, about how you had tried live music in the past, and yet the reasons why you would not continue with that.
Oh, okay. So what's your question on it?
Sure. Well, just so I can help, or I can see if I can even help, what has worked or not worked for you in the past with live music?
Oh, yeah, like I said, I mean, there's a bunch of different things. I don't have time to get into that right now, but if you just shoot me an email, I can take a look.
Sure. Well, I'm like I said, I'm jumping to another meeting anyway. If we were to set another time to discuss this just for a couple of minutes, just so I can see that I can help, so I can send some relevant information, what's your timeline in getting back to me in the next couple of days?
I don't know if that'll be necessary.
Okay. You got me, Joe.
Yeah, no, it's all good. There's a lot of triggers here. There's a
Okay.
lot of triggers just because you're asking questions. Like, I'm proud of you for fighting through it, but this is what's going on here. Okay, I'm going to bring this up. I've talked about value before, but I'm going to talk about it in a different way, meaning that there's an outcome, and I'm not sure on necessarily what outcome you're trying to get to. So I'm a little confused there. So I don't really have any perception to hold on whatever I succeed on outcome or not. And you're I feel like my time's being taken and we're not getting anywhere. And like your questions are making me think too much.
Okay.
Like you're asking for all my feedback about live music, and I'm kind of like that could be a loaded answer. I don't have time for that. So if you get the objection, I don't have time for that. Your questions causing them to feel like It's just a loaded answer they would have to give you, and they just don't have time for it.
How would you I'm trying not to be a bull in the china shop and
Yeah.
ask enough questions to get them to say, well, maybe I should take another look at this issue.
Yeah, you need to ask a moment in time question. Your first question was like, hey, so what's your feedback on live music? That's kind of the idea behind it.
Okay.
And that's like, that could go one in a million ways. And because I'm like overwhelmed to answer that question, I'm just saying I don't have time for that.
Okay.
So the better question is a moment in time, like, hey, when's the last time you really felt, right? Or how often do you guys feel?
Okay.
That maybe like, hey, the environment really goes beyond the expectation of your customers.
Trying to get them to see a lack of that they lack something.
Yeah, but
They
it's like
they they lack
it's
the experience that I can provide.
correct. Correct. But it's like, when's the last time you felt? Because that's not a hard question to answer. It's like, when's the last time you felt, or how
Right.
often do you feel that way?
Right.
That's not that hard to answer that question.
Right.
They'll say, oh, it doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen. Or they'll say, oh, that happened at, you know, maybe a couple months ago. That's the only real options they have to say.
Yeah. I guess I'm asking a situation question that would be better addressed in person.
Yeah, well, in person, but it's also yes and no because it's an unsolicited call or walk-in. And so anytime you just start with like questions that the question itself, hey, what's your feedback on live music? Maybe that wasn't the exact way you said it. What's
Right.
your feedback on live music? Like that's is there any point in time where that wouldn't take a lot of work to try and figure out how to explain your feedback?
Sure. Yeah, I apologize. I meant in an appointment that was agreed upon. That's how I
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yes, correct.
My apologies.
That's okay. Yeah. That makes yes, that's correct. Like that would make more sense there, just because maybe a little more down the line, but they had already agreed to meet. Like there, it's a controlled sales environment, 100%.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So when's the last time you felt that the current guest experience wasn't what you wanted it to be?
Yeah. And even just
Okay.
to paint it like they're doing fine. Hey, the guest experience is good, but like what's really elevating it to great and five-star reviews and
Sure. Because it doesn't matter what the solution is, they're not there yet.
correct.
My solution doesn't really matter until they feel, can things be better?
Correct. Yeah, you have to create doubt first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the fear of for a lot of people in these hotels, it's not like doubt, like, hey, everything sucks. It's more of just the fear of missing out on what they could have.
Right. Or their competitors are doing down the street.
Correct.
Uh, okay. Yeah. The other ones that I put as far as relevant openers, I've uh, I've softened up to if they have music. There's been a few venues reaching out to us lately about making sure their music lineup consistently matches the atmosphere and experience they want for their guest, just so it ensures repeat business. Would you be absolutely opposed to looking how you could bring even a better experience to your guests? Uh,
I don't mind that one. Would it be absolutely put? No, I wouldn't be. What do you got? That's probably what you're going to get to that one.
sure. Uh, and then I just say, I'm not completely sure that I can help you. Have you ever noticed how some venues seem to have a clear idea of what music guests would enjoy, but the bands sometimes play something completely different or just don't quite get the vibe of the room? That's a little softer than them saying, oh, well, they're going to leave mid set and they're not going to come back ever. So, uh, or even if the music style is appropriate, it can sometimes be a bit too loud, making it hard for the guests to chat comfortably or the staff to go about their work smoothly.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with these, and I hear one question I had for you is when you're actually calling people who are doing this, like you're not reading off a script, are you?
No, I'm not, Joe, but I am reading this because, again,
Hmm.
it's it's the same issue that when I started with you a couple months ago,
Uh,
uh, it was assumed that every venue or many venues would love live music. So I'm I'm uh, I'm trying all this stuff out with you
oh, that's fine.
so
I
that
don't.
once I have it, um, and because I learn things by a lot of what I do is learned by ear in my profession. Once I have the correct tonality and I have the correct script, then I'm going to practice it until I have it cold, like my saxophone playing. So that's why I'm reading all this stuff.
That's fine.
I did this last night.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's fine. No, no, no. The reason I asked that is not because, yeah, because I didn't think you did. I didn't think you did. But when we role play, what I'd recommend in the future, try and do it without your script. Because
Sure.
because when you're role playing this, that was the other thing is like you just sound very monotone.
Yep.
That's the hardest part is like when you role play, try and do it without your script because that's as close to mimicking game time per se. Um,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, because I don't mind like you going through it, but then like when we actually role play, try not to read off of it, so that way it
Sure.
becomes a little more
Sure.
flowing. Yeah,
Yeah. I need more woodshed time, as we say in the business. So, but
I actually don't
yeah.
know what that means.
Well, horn players would go out to the woodshed in the back of the house because they don't want because their neighbors don't want to hear them practice. So they would go to an
Oh,
isolated area to work out their stuff. But it's the same as James says last week. But once I have this, Joe, I'm going to nail it because I just
yeah,
apply everything I know as a professional
yeah.
musician to this
Oh, I love it.
tonality.
Yeah,
Um,
you're I mean the ideas you're positioning and the relevant openers you had, the problem statement, like it caught my attention enough to say like, wait, like how would you do that or what is this? That's what it accomplished. Remember, you're not trying
Good.
to pitch them in the first thing. You're just trying to get, hey, are you against learning more about this?
Yeah, enough interest to maybe want to meet. Um, just to be respectful of everybody's time. Was there anything else that I needed to know about that besides moment in time and not reading from my script?
Yeah, yeah. When you handle objections or like, hey, can you just shoot over more time? It
Yeah,
kind of like we were your tone was kind of reacting and just kind of you were all over the place a little bit trying to handle
sure.
it versus having hey, I don't have a ton of time right now. Hey, no worries. I maybe have like 45 seconds. Like what would be your time frame of getting back to me just to make sure I'd be available for you? Just having that just more solid
Sure.
because you're kind of all over the place like, oh, well, what would help you or what would you need or would you be against like kind of because I wouldn't position for a meeting again. I wouldn't do that because there's no problem they've talked about. So if
Right.
I just keep trying to position for a call or another conversation. Like even if they said yes to it, they're probably saying yes to just get me off the phone. And there's no
Right.
problems discussed for them to even why would they show up to that? Because there's no value.
Right.
So I would never just keep trying to reposition a meeting. My goal is to get them talking.
Right. And if they don't talk,
I mean, at that after three objections, I typically say, "Hey, I don't know if it's just timing or seems like we can't help you. Best of
yeah,
luck." And then
yeah,
I'll leave before they do because I have to keep my status, and then maybe I'll reach back out at a different time.
yeah, yeah. I can always text them. So quickly, as I know more hands are popping up here. We talked about a venue that's charging a good $1,500 a night.
Uh-huh.
Um, that they have a DJ.
Yes, I'm
That
fun.
that's so they with my fortunately, and what happens in this very transient business, the person who contracted with the DJ has now left the hotel, and I never met with this person, but I had met with the restaurant manager. The GM is very hard to get a hold of. Um, So I planted the seed of doubt with this guy when I met him briefly. He wasn't even expecting me. I was meeting with somebody else, and I just kind of put it in his mind that he wants an elevated guest experience. And I just said, well, look, not to take away anything what you're doing now. Do you believe that 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 the DJ uh, is the appropriate vehicle for your luxury brand and the demographic of your? And he said, well, no, I'm open to other things, but I'm finding out that this guy he's not the decision maker that he claims to be. So I need to go back to I had been in conversation with the GM a couple years ago, and he didn't want to deal with it. He said, well, we have a contract with this and we're going to stay with this. So I'd like to go back to the GM and just say, and he's been very good about getting back to me in a very nice way, saying no. I just wanted to approach him and say, hey, I know you've been very professional in communicating with me where you stand on your entertainment options. I am aware that this person has left, and I've been in conversation with your restaurant manager. Just something that I don't want to disturb anything you already have. Though, would you be completely opposed to seeing how live music has a positive effect for your luxury guests? The harsher way to say it would be: do you feel that your DJ is consistent with your luxury brand and your luxury middle-aged millionaire travelers? But I wouldn't say it that bluntly.
Yeah, I like your first approach. I like your first approach better. The first way you said it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I think it's time. I'm going to do the Jeremy texting with this guy because he gave me his cell phone, and I'm gonna it worked on a recent prospect to just say, hey, I've reached out to you a couple times. I'm sending him. He's following me on Instagram. I've sent him screenshots of our performances in his neighborhood, and
The other thing,
yes,
the other thing to just be careful on, Russ, and this is for everyone here. When someone says they're a decision maker, what do you think that means?
they're not.
Mm. When
Yeah,
someone says they don't handle the decisions, what do you think that means?
they are. They just don't want to let you know.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah.
just remember that, but they're not always going to say it directly either. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yep, exactly.
I
So
wouldn't if
I
I
gotta
was
jump to
them.
Joe, Russ, but anything else last minute here?
No, thank you, Joe. I'll see. Well, I'm not leaving the call, but
Yeah.
I'll get on.
Yeah.
I'll get on the. I'll get on the stick on this stuff now that I think I've got some pretty good scripts.
Perfect.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Very welcome. Joe.
I think I just want to role play. Good morning. Good morning.
Perfect. Let's do it. Can you remind everyone what you sell real quick?
I sell digital video production to build revenue, gain attention to your business, and grow your audience.
Okay.
Ring, ring.
Oh.
Hello. This is Joe Justice. I was wondering if you could help me out for just a quick moment.
Yeah, sure. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it makes any sense for us to talk yet, but your name came across my desk as somebody possibly looking for digital video support to draw more attention to ABC. Does that resonate with anything that you're looking for?
Sorry, where'd you get my number?
Yeah, well, it just popped up this morning. I didn't do a deep dive, but I did kind of look at your social media. I noticed like you don't have any kind of short form videos on Facebook or Instagram. Would you be totally opposed to a conversation on how that could be impacting your revenue?
How do you mean?
Well, I mean, when was the last time you really felt like the work that you guys were doing over there at ABC was getting enough attention?
I mean, we get a lot of business, so I don't know what you mean.
Oh, you got me there, Joe. I don't know what to say to
that. Well, because there's an implication you're saying in your question.
Yeah.
What do you feel?
Well, let's see. Well, you're getting enough attention. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm implying that they are not getting enough attention.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. So I'm kind of like,
okay.
Oh, wow. So I wouldn't have gone straight to a moment in time question. I was kind of some kind of personalized intro.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because we got the situation, right? And here's the thing with personalized intros, just for everyone here, I'm starting to learn like there's a way simpler way to do it. I know everyone's familiar with kind of the basic here. You guys can all see this, right? You guys see this fine? Okay. All right. So the personalized intro, we typically say, hey, people are frustrated with XYZ, and we help with ABC. What I've been finding more successful for a lot of people lately is you kind of tell a situation. So you take the XYZ problem, but you create like a story or a situation around it. Right? Anything with marketing, sometimes you can do it like this. It's like, hey, you know how like there's a lot of effort I'm sure you and your team put into kind of your marketing efforts, get your brand out there, bring business, and it seems to like be going well. But then there's just sometimes those times where you're just like, man, we put a lot of effort into this and just didn't get the result we were quite looking for. We're not really sure why. So that's why people actually reach out to us. Now, I'm not saying we can help you quite yet, but when's the last time you?
I used that. I used that at a on Friday at a networking event, and I booked a sales call off of it. It's almost exactly what I said.
Yeah, because the same thing. How what is it speaking to?
Yeah, because everybody spends a lot of money. Any decent sized company spends a lot of money on marketing.
Exactly. There's a big thing that speaks to without you having to say a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you feel that is? What anyone here? What does that create? What we just did.
A little bit of doubt. Kind of a
Yes.
Yeah, definitely doubt. Yeah.
Yes, very good. It creates doubt, or it creates another version of doubt called the fear of missing out.
Yeah, I was going to say fear of missing out.
Yep, either one. Because even if they're not doubting their current situation, you know how the quickest way to get someone to doubt something? Tell them there's something even better and that they don't have it yet.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
That's all you have to do. So you create doubt or fear of missing out, and then you just say, hey, I help with that. You don't even tell them how right now.
Yeah.
You don't have all this time to go into all this because then it kind of just almost sounds like a pitch, and then they almost get like you're almost telling the ending of the movie trailer.
Is this a cold call you're talking about?
I am. Yes, Ken.
Yeah, actually, I gave the one almost word for word what you said last week, which I should have used today, which was I said, you know how people spend a lot of money on marketing. It's like all this money goes into it, but then like there's nothing comes out the other end, and they can't connect the revenue. Oh yeah. I help out with that. Really? And that was like it.
But that's all. But it's a feeling. Doesn't matter right there because you got their attention. And like, okay, well, that's speaking to something that I need. It's like, hey, I don't have a ton of time to bore you right now with all that, but are you terribly against kind of chatting more on what that could look like?
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
You
sound like a human when you do it that way. Yeah. This is a good. I'm glad to hear that like worked, right? Paint the story. It's like, hey, you have all the intent in the world. Like you spend all this money, time, and energy. You're excited for this ad, and then you press the go button. And then it's like 2 months later, like, where's the business from it? Not saying that's you or we could even help quite yet. See, however you have to tell a story.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that would really help. So that right there would have, because then the moment in time lands more.
Help me quite yet. Jumped to that way too fast.
Yeah. Not saying we could help you quite yet, but when's the last time something like that happened? There's your moment in time.
Yeah.
Does everyone see how much simpler that is? Yeah. Good, Joe. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Awesome, my friend. Good stuff.
Just getting the reps in.
I love it. So yeah, simple.
Oh, hey, one thing. So I was doing cold calling last week, and I did get a couple what I think are those AI assistants from iPhone AI assistants.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
They're set like they say, hi, this is like they have a name, or they say I'm Samantha's assistant. Could you tell me who you are, and I'll see if she's available, something like that. And I only heard it like a couple of times, but is that what that's starting to be?
Yeah, that's the iOS 26. Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's updating their phone to that. I have that. You can set two settings, either like all unknown callers go to voicemail, or unknown callers, you have to screen them first because some people, especially if they run business, they don't want to just send everyone to voicemail because what if that's a future customer?
Right.
Right. So I don't think it's actually going to think of this, right? We do the problem statement. Didn't know if your post look any possible, hitting gaps. You guys all know that language. A problem statement. We do it normally anyway for them to do what? Well, to engage or not.
Yeah.
So what's different from that versus we just do that same thing with the voice agent and then the person sees what we're saying that goes across their screen and they still choose whether to answer or not.
So should I just go straight into the problem statement with those agents then?
That's what I would do.
You think? Okay.
I haven't ran into it personally yet. So,
yeah, I've only heard it like twice.
Yeah. So it's going to take a little bit, I think, for a lot of people because it's a pretty sizable update. And you know how people are with updates on their phones. They wait to do it.
Yeah.
Not everyone knows about it. But yes, that is what that is.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So because when you make it about them, right, that's they can read the text across their screen and be like, oh, okay, well, what might this be?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So I'd try that. Let me know how it goes though. Because I haven't ran. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's go to Kevin.
Hello.
Morning.
So I also sell digital marketing to small or medium-sized businesses. So, Joe, that's some great notes that hopefully I can kind of transition over to this one and we can kind of bounce ideas off each other. But just like last week, you told me to kind of tell a story. So let's see if you don't mind role playing, we'll see if it works.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Ring.
Hello.
Hey, it's Kevin. Could you help me out for a moment?
Sure. What's going on?
Hey, and I'm not even sure it makes sense for us to talk just yet, but I actually help some local businesses here in the Asheville area, just kind of with I don't know if you know Stevenson's Pest Control. He actually had this great website, but it really wasn't showing up well on Google. He was like third, fourth, fifth page and stuff like that. Did a little bit of research and saw you guys might be having some of those same frustrations. Who should I talk to about that?
I don't really know. What is this about?
Yeah, so you know how some local businesses kind of here in Asheville are looking for some more business, but aren't really showing up on Google, even though they have this awesome website that they built. Didn't know if you guys would be open to or opposed to kind of looking at any, or I'm sorry, tripped up on that one. Didn't know if you guys would be opposed to having a quick conversation kind of about maybe bringing in some more leads.
Well, we're never opposed to that, but I mean, we don't need more Google stuff. Is that what this is?
How do you mean by that?
Yeah. I mean, we get a lot of business already, and we have a lot of word of mouth. The Google's just more there for anyone who gets referred just to see what we do, but we don't.
Okay, gotcha.
We don't have.
So you're doing most of your jobs through word of mouth and everything like that?
Yeah, we've been in business 20 years.
Oh, fantastic. That's always great to hear. That means you're doing good work. I guess is it the only thing you're kind of working on, or do you do any offline marketing, like flyers, mailers, anything like that?
I mean, we have teams that do it here and there, but like I said, we just don't have the capacity to take on much more business. So I mean, we got a steady flow right now that's working for us.
Gotcha. Yeah, so your crews are all booked up. They can't handle any more work, or are you they drowning at the end of each week?
And they can't right now.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, what do you mean by right now? Are you going into a busy season or?
No, I mean, not necessarily. It's just we've been probably the last 2 years we've just had, fortunately, just knock on wood, but a lot of good business guys always kind of working. So people been with us for a long time. It's been going really well.
Fantastic. Yeah. You said you've been in business 20 years. You said last 2 years have been going fairly well.
Yep.
Oh, nice. And then I kind of stop right there.
Okay. Proud of you for pushing through. I think the biggest thing is when you catch yourself repeating what I said.
Yeah.
You're just trying to buy time.
Exactly. Yeah. Just trying to catch up.
If anyone just says no, we're doing this. It's this is what's going on here. It's oh, fantastic. Is there anything you might change about maybe the number of jobs you're getting? And just
yeah.
How many leads are served? How many leads you're able to get to if you could. You got to get to a two truths.
Yeah, Okay.
Like, no, like when everything's perfect. I was like, oh, one of the guys that everything's going 100% perfectly to plan over there, then, huh?
Gotcha.
Oh, I mean, no, and everything, not 100%. Oh, okay. I mean, what would be like the 1% you might change, if anything?
Okay. I gotcha.
Yeah. So we got to get to that a lot quicker, because otherwise you kind of just started getting into like, I was just answering.
Just kind of, yeah.
Repeating what I said. The thing though in the beginning, I don't know if I would have gone into like for the first person, you went straight into a story about
Yeah.
like, hey, well, this other person here and they've experienced this. I'm like, what? Like what? Well, you're throwing me off.
Okay.
Like, I'm trying to figure out why that even matters because I don't necessarily care what other people are doing.
Okay. Gotcha.
Positioning more generically a problem statement of like, hey, didn't know if you were absolutely against looking at. Just mention the idea first, and
Okay.
then you go
Gotcha.
into telling the story.
Go. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, you have to entice them on the idea and then explain more context. That's really what we're doing, by the way. It's like, hey, here's the idea to trigger curiosity first, right? Idea to curiosity, and then context to then what? Well, create doubt or fear of missing out. That's all you're doing.
Gotcha. So you would still start with don't know if we should be talking just yet, but didn't know if you'd be like totally against kind of looking at bringing in some more leads or anything like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if I go right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the idea right.
Okay.
I would just say against like any more leads, someone's gonna be like, "Well, no, what do you got?" And that probably might trigger some people to just be like, but some
Get
people just position leads. They're gonna be like, "No, we're good." Right? I don't know if
Gotcha.
you're totally against looking at some ways that maybe you acquire business that's just causing way more headache than it's worth,
Cool.
or that's causing you to leave like easy money on the table
Okay.
versus just making it about leads. Leads is a trigger word.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured that part out.
Yeah,
I'll get slammed on with that one. Cool. Awesome. I can kind of reword that and come back next Monday.
perfect. Sounds
Awesome.
good.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, super welcome. Let's head to Elvis. Mr. Elvis. You there, my friend? There he is.
Morning. Morning, Joe.
Good morning.
Can you hear me all right?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So last week I started cold calling finally. It took me a while. But yeah, I'm able to actually have numbers of the business owners. I think it was just due to the time. I had a lot of voicemails, but I had 6 or 7 conversations. I had 2 or 3 receptionists. And overall, what today I want to do is just role play because I didn't really get past my problem statement and
Okay.
they would just hang up on me. And I also wanted to tell you my voicemail and see what your thoughts on
Okay.
that.
You say the receptionist would hang up on you or the decision maker?
Oh, the decision maker would hang up on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're tracking stuff, like, and by the way, I haven't mentioned this in a minute. Does everyone know where the KPI tracker is? So if you go into your calendar invite, right, you should be able to see there's like an attachment in the calendar invite for today. I don't know if it's actually, I haven't checked if it's in Disco. But if you look at today, there's wait, where is it now? Why don't I even see it? Sorry, one second. Let me make sure yeah. So if you go to, it's like a cold call tracker.
Yeah, there's one.
Yeah. Yeah. So that you guys can like make a copy of and kind of track your calls. But just for sake of tracking, Elvis, typically unless you're talking to decision maker, I wouldn't really count that as a conversation. So don't
Okay.
too much. It's like, hey, I had like 10 conversations, but if 8 of them are with a receptionist or gatekeeper, those aren't really conversations.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I've actually been recording myself
Yeah.
doing these calls. I was just reviewing them yesterday. So yeah, I'll definitely look into that.
Do you have a recording you'd be able to share?
Oh, I'll do a next meeting because I wasn't prepared.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Bring it next time
Mhm.
because sometimes it's good for me to just hear, what we're doing live in the moment. Role plays we get close
Mhm.
to it. right? There's nothing more real than the live calls.
How would I share it? What would be the best way to share it?
Message Danica if you can.
Danica?
Danica on this call here. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
you can message Danica. She'd be able to. Danica, if you don't mind sending Elvis like a message or something where he can send that, either give him my email or a drive that we have or something, he can upload it to.
Okay, I'll do that then. Perfect. Okay, so do you want me to role play?
Of course. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, ring ring.
Hello?
Hey, it's just Elvis here. Can you help me out for a quick moment?
Sure, what's going on?
Yeah, so I'm not even sure who I should be talking to, but I called to see who would be responsible into looking into any possible limitations in the way you guys are managing your call volume that could actually cause you guys to leave some money on the table. Like who would I need to talk to for that?
Wait, I'm sorry, what's this about?
Yeah, I didn't mean to confuse you, but you know how like a lot of HVAC companies sometimes struggle with not having a systematic approach to handle all their inbound calls, and sometimes could cause some leads to slip through and lose track of customers, which uh, I messed that up. I messed that up. Well, what we do is we provide a receptionist system that makes sure all calls get answered and all leads get captured. Is that something that you might be experiencing?
Uh I mean possibly, but I guess like is this like AI or something?
Yes, it is. Uh, well, all right, just 1 second. I actually got caught off guard here.
No worries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yes, no, I'm not even sure we could even help you yet, but I guess when was the last time you might have felt a little overwhelmed when you had all these calls coming in, really?
Well, I mean that's just the nature of the business, right? You get to as many people as you can.
For sure. I mean, I guess how do you guys normally come upon those situations? Like, what do you guys do when there's like two or three customers calling at the same time?
Pause. What I would have done here, what I would have done here if someone says something like that, it's like, whoa, like how do you mean? Like if
Okay.
it's like, hey, if someone says something like, hey, it's they give a limiting belief, like, hey, that's just a necessary part of business. Whoa, how do you mean?
Mhm. I see what you did.
Right? Oh, how do you mean? Well, this, and this. Does it have to be that way?
Does it have to be that way? Yeah, I think that's probably what I was missing, just asking that question because, normally you can't really capture all the calls
No,
coming in. So it's an obvious question.
exactly. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Is it does it, but like you really want to plant the doubt in it. Does it absolutely have to be that way? I'm gonna give you guys a little something advanced here. Okay, because I think some of you can handle this. All right. So I don't know if you've heard of Jeremy talk about reframing people, right? Here's the system for reframing. When someone shares a perspective or what I call limiting belief, and it'll happen a lot on calls. Okay, where people share everything. Like the example of the limiting belief is like, it's just a necessary part of doing business. You're speaking to a problem that they experience, but it's like, well, we answer as many as we can, but it's just there's no way to do it. It's a limiting belief. Right? Is it fair to say that what frames that belief is their experiences, their actions or decisions that cause those perspectives or limiting beliefs? Fair? Is it fair to say those come beliefs from beliefs and expectations that they have? So what I'm trying to do is, hey, how do you mean? AK, I'm asking them what experience, action, decision caused them to say that. Okay, where does that come from? Right? The absolute truth is like because that's what they expect, it's just a necessary evil of doing business. Does that mean that's always the case? I'm trying to debunk their absolute truth. Does that mean it's always the case? Does it mean it has to be that way? Well, no, I guess not. So would you be absolutely against a different experience on that or a different perspective? And then you share what it could look like. That's how you deframe and reframe,
Limiting belief. Okay.
right?
Mhm.
So someone may you guys might also hear like, oh, we don't really have the time for something like that. Oh, does that mean you'd absolutely not be willing to make the time if it really helped you? Everyone see how that's a quick reframe? They said time, and I just
Yeah.
made it. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I would do. On your beginning, Elvis, you're going too quick.
Yes.
You're going
Oh,
too.
my problem statement or
Yeah,
this
yeah.
noise?
Because I'm not like I'm kind of hearing you, but I'm actually kind of not.
Yeah.
You're plowing right through it. You gotta talk to it like you're explaining what you do to a buddy.
Okay.
Like throw a little more pacing in it. It's like, yeah, I didn't know if like you or your team, I don't know, like might be opposed to like any possible limitations in the way that maybe you handle some of your inbound calls that might just be, I don't know, causing more headache or just missed out on some good business. Like slow it down a little bit.
Okay.
But emphasizes different things. Because when someone's just going hammering right through it, you know what that is? It's like this. Yeah, hey Elvis, yeah, I didn't know if you or your team might be opposed to looking at, I don't know, possible limitations in the way you're taking some of your inbound calls. It might just be causing to. Do you see how your brain is already like, oh, salesperson, I'm good.
hmm
Does everyone else feel that difference? You just go
Yeah.
so quick. You already feel like it's just not even you didn't.
I've noticed that if they speed up and you slow down, it kind of captures them like they don't, you know what I mean?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't mirror other people. The person who does the mirroring is the person who loses status. Right. So if you're trying to mirror their pace, that means you have lower status.
They need to mirror mine.
Correct. You're the
I see.
thermostat in the room. You set the energy.
I see. Yeah, thank you. That definitely did help. Just kind of slow her down.
Now, I'm
And
gonna say that with a caveat because if someone comes at you very quick and you're like, yeah, and I didn't know if you might be opposed to looking at any like, okay, it can't be that drastically different. Like they're super fast and you're really slow. Yeah, that'll probably frustrate them.
sure.
Right. Just to go 2 to 3 notches and then have them mirror your pace.
Okay. Okay, perfect. I'll do that. But do you think the wording itself was good? I just needed to slow down a little bit and probe off what your first response was and just give that a try.
Correct. Yeah, because the moment cold calls don't go to script is kind of like after you do problem state and personalized intro, it could go anywhere.
Okay. Yeah, I see. And
Learning how to
my
ask questions, the moment in time, learning how to ask questions around what they say. This is the system for reframing, right? Limiting beliefs. Scott, to answer your question, I think just over the years, ever since How to Win Friends and Influence People came out, but back from Dale Carnegie, was that 1930s or something like that? It's just been out there as like, hey, well, you got to mirror the other person. I think in building relationships, yes, but because sales has changed and it's more of a status game than anything else, it's actually shifted how we have to think of what like actually mirroring is in terms of just like tone and pace. Because like someone walks into a room and you're drawn in because you feel they're of higher stats. The doctor comes in, they're not trying to mirror you. The doctor's not like see think when we go to a doctor's office, right? The doctor's never just going to mirror your energy. They're just going to come in and present themselves in a way, and all of a sudden you just cater to whatever the doctor's saying because they're seen as high status. Doctors are.
correct.
It's a new dynamic, I would say. I don't know if that best answers your question, but that's why though.
Oh, perfect. Joe, thank you. That definitely did help. And I did have my voicemail here. It's basically just saying my problem statement. Hey, it's Elvis. I was wondering if you could help me out for a quick moment. I called to see who would be, and then I would do my problem statement. And then I would say, if that's something your company might be experiencing, you're welcome to call me back at, my phone number. I should be available a little bit more for today if you want to talk. If you want to reach out to me, talk to you then. And then, I only reached out to 20 people, so it's not a lot. So I didn't get any return calls. So I just wanted to know if that was decent to start with.
Yeah. Those are way too long. Way too long. Because like, hey, Kirsty could help me out. I called to see, like, you don't need to do that on voicemail. Here, I'll give you an example of a voicemail here that I created a voicemail sequence for a business client that we have.
Okay.
Hey, John, just Joe here, XYZ. You asked us about a possible like custom home you're building. I'm available a little later today if you'd like to call me back.
Yeah, that's way better. Wow, that's way better. Let's make it smaller. I guess.
No, that was for an inbound. So someone that's an outbound voicemail.
Of course.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
See how simple that is?
Yeah, I called to see you would be responsible into looking into any possible limitations. That's unnecessary, you think?
I would even just say like, hey, didn't know if you're against learning some ways to, handle more of your inbound. My number is this if you'd like to reach me.
Okay. I see.
Yeah. We have
So you're going a little bit more of the results based thinking than like having them think about the problem itself.
I'm going to give you guys a little gift right now. This is an AI prompt.
Yes.
And again, I know some of you already have this, but I'm going to reiterate it for those of you brand new here. Okay. This is my AI prompt I put into Claude. And what I do once I do that, right, is I'm able to say, hey, create a voicemail sequence based off level 2 problems. Keep them no longer than 50 words with a simple call to action. And that's how I create all my voicemail scripts. Yep. So there you go. There you go.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, Russ, real quick, inbound, outbound, cold calling. Cold calling, there's no familiarity, right? Outbound means like they responded maybe some kind of lead magnet or something with our marketing, or like had reached out, maybe referral or something like that. Inbound means they booked on our calendar. Yep. Just a quick clarification. Ken, thank you for your patience. Elvis, are you good on your end?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, Joe.
Morning.
Yeah, I've been around for a couple weeks now and trying to figure this stuff out.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you haven't yet, don't feel bad. It can take time.
No, right. I actually started selling, and I realized I had no idea what I was going to say to anybody. So I went to you guys. So
Okay.
anyway,
What industry are you coming from?
What's
Before
that?
sales? What were you doing before sales?
I was a partner in a home security business.
Incredible. Okay,
So,
so you know sales then. I mean, if you're running a business.
I've been selling, but from the old world of when somebody wants to talk about my product, as opposed to I'm trying to engage people who
I have no idea.
right, and then they prefer not to.
Yeah, yeah, right, exactly.
So what I'm doing is I'm using optimizing Google Business Profile as my foot in the door, and then I've got when I get into the meeting, I'll educate people about an AI voice solution, a CRM, about 3 or 4 different technologies that go with it. But I'm not bringing that up in the first call. I'm just trying to get the foot in the door.
Okay, perfect. And then obviously we got tech stack. We'll call it here.
Yeah.
I have an idea for you. Right. What's the result of optimizing someone's Google profile?
More leads. They moving up into the map pack, getting more leads.
Yep. Yeah, that's the end result. Yep. But what kind of how does it get more leads? Let's start there.
Well, the higher you are, the more people see you and click on you to
Perfect. So imagine if I just think of this phrase here. What if it's how people experience you before they ever work with you?
Okay.
How do people experience who you are before they even reach out to you?
Okay.
Because what does that create? Right. This is for your prospect, not the.
Well, it makes you think. It makes you think about a bunch of stuff you never thought about.
Yeah, exactly. Because that creates what feeling?
Doubt.
Very good. we don't think about that oftentimes as a business owner, right? It's like, hey, you have all your stuff, you checked off the box, but what kind of experience does that create for people? Why do people buy it? Why do people just trust Apple products? Because it's a nice, cool little logo? No, right? Because there's been an experience